Okay, euphemism is the word of the day. This is in tribute to my husband, who is obsessed with Adam Sandler, and this is from the movie Waterboy, and these are euphemisms from the movie Waterboy. I lost my position as the team's water distribution engineer, and it's a fancy way of saying Waterboy, or, well, my, what's my little aquatic engineer doing? Right, so let's actually get into it here, but remember, file, make a copy. So this is not specific to our current project. However, this is not only a general creative writing word, but it's actually a real life word too. It's not one that's just specific to writing. Euphemisms are all over the place. They are a gentler, nicer way of saying something that might be really blunt or offensive. So euphemisms take something that's really harsh and they tone it down. Or they take something that could be offensive and try and say it in a less offensive way. So think of euphemisms as being more polite. So let's watch our first quick example here. This is from Emperor's New Groove, and all of these are euphemisms.
Oh great, send them in. Oh, and by the way, you're fired.
Fired? What do you mean fired?
How else can I say it? You're being let go, your department is being downsized, you're part of an outplacement. We're going in a different direction, we're not picking up your options. Take your pick. I got more.
Boom. Lots of euphemisms just for fired, right? You're being let go. It sounds a little bit better. So if you look at examples, there's lots of fun ones. So if you're short, some people take offense at that. Some people don't care, right? But instead of saying short, you can say, I'm not short, I'm fun-sized. Or I'm not short, I'm vertically challenged. My husband said this a couple of years ago, that instead of saying someone was bald, he said, oh, no, he just grew taller than his hair. So he's finding a different way to say that. Or last year, a kid was like, Miss Coates, you could just say follically challenged. They're not bald, they're follically challenged. Fat could be really offensive. Some people don't care, some people do. So in Harry Potter, you have Madame Maxime, who was a giant, that she said, I'm not fat, I have big bones. There's this link here that this is to a comedian who...
I love
yeah, he kind of has just turned this euphemism into part of how he brands himself. So this is, you can see his website is literally called Fluffy Guy. And so he makes lots of jokes about it. He's not fat, he's fluffy. There's also, instead of someone died, that can really, obviously, is so sad. So instead, you might use a euphemism that they passed away. Instead of the dump, maybe it's just the landfill. And a couple of years ago, I taught this right around Valentine's Day also, and a kid was like, Miss Coates, I'm not single. I'm just romantically challenged. And that was a great euphemism. So euphemisms put a positive spin on things. And if you couldn't already come up with your own euphemism, I do have one more quick example for you. This is a much older comedian. He has since passed away. But George Carlin, when I was a kid, was very popular. He's not anymore, but he was like the equivalent of like whoever, like maybe like Jim Gaffigan. Like he was the Jim Gaffigan of my day. So we're going to watch a tiny bit of this. So euphemisms by George Carlin.
Sometime in my life, toilet paper became bathroom tissue.
Work on giving me an example and turning it in.
I wasn't notified of this. No one asked me if I agreed with it. It just happened. Toilet paper became bathroom tissue. Sneakers became running shoes. False teeth became dental appliances. Medicine became medication. Information became directory assistance. The dump became the landfill. Car crashes became automobile accidents.
Remember, give me an example, turn it in.
Partly cloudy became partly sunny. Motels became motor lodges. House trailers became mobile homes. Used cars became previously owned transportation.
Or it's not used, it's just gently owned or pre-owned. Or it's not used, it's previously loved. There's usually multiple euphemisms for the same thing, if you get really creative.
Room service became guest room dining, and constipation became occasional irregularity.
Turn it in, guys, turn it in.
If I got sick, they wanted to go to the hospital and see the doctor. Now they don't get a health maintenance organization. or a wellness center.
Okay, we'll stop right there because it's not school appropriate after that point. So, there you go. Euphemisms. You're going to start seeing them all day, every day. And remember, they're not just a creative writing word. They are a real life word as well. Okay, so